here we go. Right. So, I've just been talking to myself thinking I was recording. So, consent tests. Keep ourselves, our family, and our dogs safe. What we are looking for when we're doing a consent test, bearing in mind a consent test, much like it is with us, if they say no, we have to listen. They need autonomy over what happens to their own body. That's only fair. And they've only got dog language to do that in. Yeah, so they have many communications with us, but none of it is in English. We have to listen to them. We have to observe their preferences. If we're touching them and they're not happy with it, we want to avoid a bite situation. We want to avoid it escalating to where they get so frustrated with us they don't even bother with a bite. With a warning. They'll just bite. And the simplest way to do that is a consent test when you're touching them. So everyone thinks, dogs love kisses and cuddles and mine likes a belly rub and everything. There's actually less dogs than you think genuinely like a belly rub. Hattie's one of them. Ren isn't. And I have to observe that. Much like with cats, actually showing their belly is showing a sign of trust that you won't touch their belly, or that are actually showing that they're really uncomfortable with that situation. However, you look at the rest of the body, and we do our consent tests, and we're looking for the keep going, which with some dogs, it might be they'll nudge you with their head, keep going, specifically on your hand, because obviously your hands are touching them most of the time. They may lean into you, they may offer you the body part, like they might turn towards you and show you their bottom, like one of mine used to do. I'd have to scratch the base of her tail. They may, like with Ren, she quite likes her armpits being tickled, so she'll move your hand with her paw constantly to her armpit until she's done, until she's satisfied. She will keep asking for armpit tickles. So if they say no, and that no might consist of them walking away. They may stop what they're doing and just kind of freeze a little bit. They may yawn, they may lick their lips, they may give you a bit of a side eye, they may even curl their lip, they may growl, they may tremble a little bit. And actually sometimes when you're looking at trembling, if it's with a dog who's excited, it might actually be quivering, oh my god, this is so good. But if you're touching a dog, especially if you're leaning over them and you're encroaching into their personal space, or you're maybe touching somewhere where they have a perceived memory of pain or actual pain, or there's been experiences in the past where they're not sure of that particular movement that we're doing, they may not want you to do that. We've got to give them that autonomy. It's their body, just like our body is ours. If we say no, no is no, and it's the exact same with them. There are of the obvious things like veterinary procedures, and there's ways that you can make that better, but for the simple at-home consent tests, the easiest thing to do is stop what you're doing after 5 seconds and see what they do. Okay, so it's going to kind of look something like this. So these two, quite chilled at the moment. Ren is leaning into me, Hattie is leaning into Ren. I know these girls quite well. I'm quite confident that if I was to touch the base of them, there would be some response generally in my favour. So, here's one. Now do you see what Ren's ears did? Oh, she's quite expressive with her ears. So she acknowledged that I touched her. There's been no stiffening or tensing in her muscles. She hasn't growled. And now there's a move away from me. So I'm going to stop. Because I'm just going to assume it because she hasn't leaned into me. That's a no. And I might do the same with Hattie. Hattie's probably just going to lie there, actually. She's probably not the best one to do this with. Alright. So that's one way of doing it. Oh, next door's dog's just barked. Ren's. Ooh. And I will show you a bit later on when they're a bit more awake, a bit more alert, what to look out for in a more active dog. Okay. So we might have a little bit more action now. They're a bit more alert. They're not quite so sleepy. Sorry if the light's a bit bright there. So here's Hattie. Hattie's like, hi, how are you? How are you doing? So I'm going to try to touch her and see how she does. I'll do that first. 5 seconds. So she's just put her head away, do you see? So although she initially nudged me, she's now put her head away. Oh. And now she's consented to touching me by standing on me. So that, for me, with her, because I know her quite well, that's her way of saying, hey, this is cool, we can interact. She's another one that quite likes the chest. Well, she quite likes it everywhere, actually. There we go. And I don't know if you can see behind her, there's a bit of a tail wag going. Now, tail wags aren't always friendly. Hers, I'll just show you, is wagging about halfway up her board. She said, put that thing away from me. There's a non-consent, don't film me. That's a weird thing in my face. Okay. And here comes the other. So I'm just going to move hats. Sorry, darling. Good girl. There's Ren. Hi. Oh, all right, class jaws then. So I'm touching her 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Please don't eat my camera. And stopping. She's put her head back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And away she goes. Hi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not very good with counting. And there's your consent. Good girl. Nice. So she's got nice soft eyes there. Her ears in that neutral position. She's just asked for more. And again, I will show you there is no tension or stiffness in her body. And there's your tail. Okay? So that's quite a nice, relaxed, happy tail. You right there, Han? And she's gone off now. So she was done with that interaction. Hey, girl. Okay, so she's just getting out her massive toy now, so I'm going to have to go play with her. Okay, there's your consent test anyway. Any questions? Let me know.